What up, my nerds? I'm Riccardo, the Roleplay Gamer, and I like to party. Welcome to the long journey home. An innocuous name, sure enough, but what lies behind it is something truly fantastic. Wanky poeticness aside, this is a space adventure RPG with procedural elements, and it's right up my alley. The best way for me to describe this to you is you are literally playing a sci-fi TV show. That classic concept of a small crew aboard a ship that every week finds itself in a ridiculous, dangerous situation and they have to try and figure out a way to survive. It's very much Farscape, and you know what? Farscape, yes, that's the best way to describe this. It's Farscape the game, just maybe a little bit less wacky because all of your crew members are human. At least from what I've seen, but I don't know. I don't know. But there seems to be a lot of secrets in this game, and I'm looking forward to uncovering them. But yes, I've had my eye on this for quite some time, and the fact that the developers themselves have cited Farscape as an influence, listen, they got my vote. They got my vote. So we're going to start off here. We're going to go from the top. We're going to start a new game. So it's somewhat roguelike-y. There's even a seed, so I can show you the seed, so if you want to play along with me, we will be in the same universe, presumably, which is pretty cool. So I'm not going to go like too in-depth because I don't want this to drag on, but essentially we've got the choice of 10 crew members, and they're each, they're all set characters. They don't randomize as far as I'm aware, but they've each got something special about them, some item that they carry, an ability, I believe, that, that allows them to do something here. So we've got Malcolm Winters. Oh, look, let's go through them all. We've got Siobhan, that's how you pronounce that, yeah? Hardigan, the archaeologist, and she's got the crystal skull, which seems like it's something I want to play around with eventually, because that seems like it could go to some really cool places. We've got Malcolm Winters, who's the test pilot, and he allows us to conduct major lander repairs, which is like crucial, as you'll see fairly soon. We've got Alessandra Lacovelli, even. She allows us to repair devices and equipment. We've got Ash Malhotra, who has a pet plant. I'm not sure what that does, but I'm sure it's going to come in handy. Benoit Verdier, who has a white pill, and it's giving me like really strong like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sort of feelings there, and I feel like that's intentional. We've got Kristen Barrasso, who allows us to conduct major hull repairs, which seems incredibly useful, because, if your hull gets breached, game over, baby. We've got Nikolay Lebedev. Nikolay? Yeah, sure. Critter repellent, protection from small planet-side creatures. That also seems helpful, though I haven't come across any as of yet. Miriam Wagner, the mission planner, and she allows us to call for help. She got a distress beacon, that seems also handy. Simon Castillo, who seems to allow us to harvest wrecks and ruins, which seems pretty cool. And lastly, we've got Zoe Creed, who is actually an Australian character, and I appreciate that. And she's got the heart of Zoetrope, blogging empire. I'm not sure what that does for us, but she's some sort of journalist. I get the impression that's what's going on here. So we got some stuff here. I'm gonna go with Malcolm Winters, because it seems important to be able to make major repairs to the lander, because I'm really good, like really good at wrecking it. We're also going to take Alessandra, who's going to allow us to make repairs to devices, of course. I think I'm also going to take, the astronaut is probably a good idea. Yeah, I'm going to take Kirsten, and lastly I'm going to take Simon Castillo, because, salvaging wrecks seems like it's going to be super handy, to get those extra resources that allow us to repair our ship and whatnot. Then we get to actually choose the ship. Oh, yes. And I'd like to make a small note here that seems like these guys are from IASIS, which, as far as I'm aware, unless something new has come out, in the last year or so, pretty sure it's an entirely fictional organization. And the reason that came about, it's actually a direct reference to Farscape. I don't know for sure, but considering that the developers, have admitted being influenced by Farscape, I'd be surprised if that's not where they got it from. And I love it. I love it because I'm a huge fan of Farscape, and no one knows it. No one's seen it. It's weird. Anyway, I asked this, you know, in Farscape, they just used that because they couldn't get the rights to actually use NASA in the show. So they made up an organization that was a joint initiative between the US and Australia. And so that's what we got here. I love it. I fucking love it. So we've got the ISS Ulysses, which, you know, it seems, I suppose, fairly well-rounded. It's got it seems to have maximum cargo space, which is, no, not maximum, but it's got a decent amount of cargo space, I suppose. We've got the Endurance, which, you know, has a bigger fuel tank, and its hull strength is greater, but its jump range is, you know, not quite there, and maneuverability, of course, is fairly poor, but it's got the most cargo space. That seems pretty cool. We've also got the Discovery, which is like terrible in terms of hull strength and fuel tank, but its jump range is insane, its maneuverability is insane, its device slots is insane, and its cargo space is fairly small. So, oh, it's like Sophie's Choice here, but I feel like let's start well-rounded here, and we're going to go with the ISS Ulysses. I love that we can also pick color schemes straight off the bat. Just this little touch of customization just makes me feel, it makes me feel so good, baby. It makes me feel so good. So I'm not sure if I've already mentioned this or not, just in case I haven't, and if I have, please forgive me for repeating myself, but I have received this game for free from the developers for the purpose of doing a Let's Play or review or something like that. This is how I'm able to play it early. Rest assured that this does not color my opinion of the game one way or the other. I was probably going to fanboy over this. I was going to say fangirl. You know what? I was probably going to fangirl over this anyway because the developers have said, hey, listen, we like Farscape. I'm a shallow man. So then we also get to pick our lander here. You know, we got the Serenity, you know, which has maximum hull strength and drill efficiency, which seems pretty cool, seems appropriate. We've got the Pathfinder, which is more about fuel tank and probe efficiency, it seems. Really weak in terms of hull strength and drill efficiency, but it's the coolest looking one, IMHO. And then we've got the Odyssey, which is like maximum hull strength, drill efficiency. So why is the Odyssey better than the Serenity? It looks like it has more cargo space, is that it? So it gains more cargo space and sacrifices fuel, probe, and device slots. But let me tell you, straight off the bat, the Odyssey is kind of a bitch to land. I really like the look of it, but it's kind of a bitch to land. So for the sake of me not dying first episode, we're going to go for the Serenity right here. Then we're going to go to the Seed. So I'm actually going to type in a Seed here. Yeah, roleplay strat. No, we can't. Listen, I'll make it something simple. I'll say RPG. RPG is going to be our Seed. So if you're watching this, once the game has already been released, you can just type in RPG here, and presumably we're going to be playing in the same galaxy. Won't that be fun? I'm having fun already, let me tell you. So we've got two difficulty modes. We've got Explorer mode, and we've got Rogue mode. I assume Rogue mode is hardcore. I'm not quite there yet. We can start from Earth, which is, you know, it includes a tutorial. I've already done this. It's not imperative for me to show this on camera. I can explain things as we go along. It's just going to extend the experience. It, you know, gives you a little bit of story, but again, I'll clear this up for you. So let's do this. Let's jump in here. So essentially, this is man's first FTL voyage. Very exciting, right? Oh, those cutscenes. Those cutscenes, though. So good. Okay, man's first FTL voyage, and you're about to see something going terribly wrong. Oh, God. What's happened here? Yes. Yes. Oh, spaceship porn. Oh, this is indecent. This is so good. So I don't know what the hell's gone wrong, but we're about to find out where we've ended up. So we were planning to head to Alpha Centauri, and instead we are over 37,000 parsecs away from Earth, in what seems like several galaxies away. So I can't show you just yet. We've got to jump for me to actually show you how far away from our own galaxy we actually are. But as the name of the game might suggest, we have to find our way home. And so the game begins. So this is, you know, make no mistake, we get to see our ship do cool things later on. But for the moment, this is what we got going here. So we've got to, oh God, We've got an encounter straight off the bat. Look, it's probably not going to be combat. It's the game isn't that mean. But this is pretty cool. You get to see some cool stuff. So the developers suggest that you play with controller. I think I disagree with that. Sorry, devs. I actually think that the mouse controls are really good. You know, you get more precision with them, so that's cool. So this is what happens when we get into encounters and like, you know, like asteroid belts and whatever, asteroid fields and whatnot. We can fly around like this, which is pretty cool. We can raise shields and shoot weapons and whatnot. And in this case, we can hail. New race added to database. So here we go. Reeve drone message playback starting. I haven't seen these guys before. New guys. Okay. Reeve drone. The red button. Press the red button, fella. That's it. It recording? You sure this time? Right. Let me do the message this time. Hey there, friends. If you're hearing this, there's a bunch of us Reeve trapped down on that planet. Not a whole lot of food left. Water's less drinkable than hoped. Would rightly appreciate an assist if you're swinging past. Okay. Now which button turns this... Listen. Survival chance. 67%. Call ended. Okay, so they just sent up a probe. Presumably this is the planet that we were heading to anyway. Safe haven. And he's just jumping off the probe. Oh man, the effects in this game, like the jumping effects, are really cool. So for those of you who are new to my videos, I apologize for the squeaky chair. It's historied. It's it's a long history of squeaky chair meta on this channel. I'd love to get a new chair, but ultimately they just don't make them like they used to. Okay, so we got the minimap up here. Let's see where we need to go. That's a star, I assume. So we're affected by gravity here, which is really cool. And you can see, I love this. It shows where you've been, and it shows you your trajectory as well. Trajectory even. So if you turn, it actually shows you where you're going. And we're coming in too hot here. Oh god. See, I've gone and damaged the ship already. It's alright, it's alright. This is not easy, by the way. It's not easy. And I actually think it's even harder with controller. I feel like I got more control with the mouse here. So it's just a matter of like lining up your trajectory, and we've done it again. This is why we can't have nice things. Don't worry about it. Once I get the hang of it, it'll be fine. So the issue here is not only the angle, but we're coming in a little too hot. So let's line it up properly. And we're almost there. Bring it out a little bit. And there we go. So once we get into the sort of sweet spot of orbit here, I'm going to hold the spacebar, I believe it is, and we're going to engage the autopilot, and we're orbiting here. So here we go. We have the ability to go to our ship, and we can go through all the systems here. We can go to resources and repair our ship. We can refuel based on the resources that we gather along the way, which is what we're about to do. We can go to the quarters, and we can get different people to pilot the lander, but we're going to get Malcolm to pilot the lander because he's the test pilot, right? So it makes sense for him to pilot the lander. And it shows basically the status of your crew here, and it is 4 crew members. So just a small crew, but I like that. So we sort of get to know everyone. I appreciate that. And they all have sort of different abilities. They can do different things. So sometimes you'll grab items, alien artifacts and the like, and you click on them, and you'll see who's able to do things, and then who feels more confident about it. And actually, there's flavor text here that gives you a really good idea about who might need certain things. So it looks like we can actually heal Malcolm. He could use healing. What's wrong with him? Oh, I might have a concussion or something from our little double run-in with a planet there. That's alright, that's alright. So the only thing you would have missed from the tutorial is the keystone. We basically enter a big sphere, like a Dyson sphere, in the tutorial, and we pick up a keystone. And it's very mysterious. It doesn't give anything away. It's pretty much what I just told you. So we don't know what it's for yet, but it's part of our mission, I guess, to figure out what it's for. So let's actually land on the planet. So I'm going to hit Q. It's going to give us this nice dank little cutscene here with our lander sort of coming down, and we're gonna land on the planet. So this, again, This is not easy. And it looks... Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay. So now we are in control. And I've got to try my best to pull up and not... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Yeah, see, there you go. The way it sort of pulls you in really fast, I feel like maybe I need to wait to get upgrades for the lander or something. But it's certainly... Oh, God. It's certainly not easy. Shit, shit, shit. See, I've just broken Malcolm's leg. I've broken the poor man's leg. Okay, so if we landed, but we sort of want to land a little bit more on the mining spot. Is that right? What's showing here? Visit? We can visit it. Okay. Sinister. I'm walking through a field of bones littered with skeletons of huge behemoths. An elephant's graveyard of some sort. Occasionally I see the flicker of movement behind the carcasses. Nothing too clear. The flash of some blue creature. The point of a spear raised a little too high. I'm being watched. Okay, look. It's early in our adventure. What do we do? Let's explore. Why not? For the sake of the video. I've discovered an interesting looking plant. Scanner gives it the scientific name Quinzelica papare. Bringing up a sample. Okay, let's take the sample. Heading back to the lander. Look, I'm a little wary because I feel like that plant is going to turn into something that we don't want it to turn into. But there you go. So this is the sort of stuff we got going here. So we're also going to find mining spots where we can grab like iron and whatnot and gases and stuff like that. Alright. So you got to be careful here. You know, slow and steady wins the race in the long journey home. You don't want to be too impetuous. And it's, oh god, there you go. And it's portions like this, like the lander sections in particular, that make me prefer the mouse over the controller. I did try the controller and I wanted to love it, just for the sake of not showing the cursor on screen, because it looks a little bit slicker without the cursor on screen. So I'm just going to hold space here and we're going to mine this thing. But yeah, it just, you know, maybe I'm just not that good with a controller, but it feels less precise. But, you know, both are certainly viable ways to play. Okay. We're kind of running out of fuel. I'm going to stop at 30%, I think, because we also need to get to the other points. I feel like, oh god. I feel like 5% fuel is maybe the minimum you need. 5% fuel is maybe the minimum you need to actually take off. So let's try and... Oh god, what have I done? We got reverse thrusters as well. Fuel warning, here we go. Drop down. Get some aluminium as well, or aluminum, depending from, you know, what part of the world you hail. No free containers, okay. So let's take off because we're going to run out of fuel real bad. Don't worry, once we get back to the main ship, we will refuel and it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, dandy. So keep in mind, just in case you guys were wondering, you can indeed lose the lander but not lose the game. So losing the lander does not, you know, lose the game for you. Losing your ship does. So you can totally actually be without a lander and then you kind of screw. Now you can get a new one. I'm not sure how. I just know you can get a new one. So, I guess we can go back down if we want. Look, we may as well. If we've refueled, we may as well give it another crack and get the rest of those resources that we missed. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. I'll try not to crash this time. Famous last words. Alright. Come on, though. Slow down. There we go. We've way overshot our mark. It's alright. It's fine. Love the presentation of the game though. It's just got a nice slick polish to it. It's like, it might be the post-processing that just makes it look real dank in a good way, make no mistake. It's really appealing to me on a personal level. Alright, so it was this done it the wrong way. See, it behaves like the controls, the sort of, I suppose, the thrusting and, yeah, control of the ships is very basic, but it's sort of, I guess, grounded in Newtonian physics, for, you know, I guess you could say that, because in order to stop, you've got to apply an equal amount of force in the opposite direction. So to stop your ship, you actually just turn it around and thrust the other way. So it's very, very much the way the ships behave in The Expanse, if you've seen that show. Oh god, it's just like, it just fills me with indecent lust for all things space. I feel like, have we exhausted that vein? It's possible. Let's head to the other ones. Try not to wag into everything and all and sundry. Good god, good god, good god, good god, good god. I'm gonna destroy this lander, let me tell you. Malcolm now has a broken arm as well as a broken leg. Okay, let's get some of the aluminium. Why is that hard to say? I prefer to say aluminum, but I'm in Australia, mate. It looks like we actually receive damage as we mine as well. Alright, looks like maybe we're not getting any more. So, we could try and get the gas. Look, we're going to try. I'm not very good at it because I got to try and keep the lander steady, and I'm not good at flying the lander just yet. There we go. Look, we got at least one. What is that? Helium? HE? I'm not sure. We'll find out. So we're running out of fuel. Let's head back up to the surface. We might not come back down to this planet. We need to repair our lander. And look, maybe we'll find some asteroid fields to mine instead, which is totally a thing we can do. I love this though. These little interludes, these little cutscenes. Just gives me that dank atmosphere meta. Alright, so let's go to resources and ship repair. We don't really need to repair the ship, but we should repair the lander. Now we can use copper or we can use aluminium. So I guess we'll use the aluminium because it does more. We can also refuel, but we probably don't need to do that just yet. Can we move that over or something? I don't even know. I don't know. Alright, so lander, module controlling fuel usage and planetary gas absorption, helium absorber, polluted. It's been polluted because we used this, alright? Wow, okay, so if we head to the quarters, yeah, so look. He's got a concussion, he's got a broken arm, and he's got a broken leg, and that's all because of my shoddy flying. So, do we go to... where is it? I think it's the lab. Oh god, what did I do? I didn't mean to do that. Did he just eat the I swear I didn't mean to do that, but that just happened. Oh god, no. I'd actually meant to fix him up medical style. Alright, do we have to get a new one, or is there a cooldown on it, or what? It's gone? We have to get a new one? Oh shit, look. Was that worth it? He did have 2 broken limbs. Alright, so let's have a look at the map, so let's get an idea of where we're going. What's this over here? I don't rightly know, but it seems to be highlighted, so we may as well head towards it. So we have to break orbit and head towards our goal here. We can also boost to get there faster, but make no mistake, this this could also just make us slam into the planet again. We can also just jump to the next system. We can totally do that, and we will do that eventually, but I'd like to explore the system a little bit more. Looks like we've got an asteroid field here, and we should absolutely check that out, at least for the sake of... oh god, let's boost to slow down, though it's going to use our fuel like crazy. Alright, alright. A little bit too tight. Take it wider. And this should get us where we need to go. There we go. Perfect. See? See, guys, I know what I'm doing. Okay, alright. So is this the place where we have to help our friends over here? The guys who well, they're not our friends yet, but they will be. Okay. So, I'm really glad that we fixed up the lander, let me tell you. Heading back down to the surface. Let's do this. Okay. Looks like there might be a complex over there. And a resource point that we just passed. But that's okay. I'd like to get to the objective, if that's what that is. Before we run out of fuel. Alright, slow down. So you also get planets with lower gravity, which is interesting to fly in. It's a little easier to land. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, alright. A little bit higher, buddy. Let's get up there. Let's land. Oh god, okay. Listen, don't... steady, steady. We'll steady it up, because this is what happens. You know, you overcompensate, and then you're just overcompensating real bad, and you're swaying left and right, and it's just... And no one's having a good time. There we go. Look, we took some damage, but at least we got there. So let's visit. Is this the one? Hey, friend! Are you a sight for sore paws? Really? We're the Reeve. Call us explorers, I guess. Only we use the gates that fall down to planets to get around. More of them than people reckon. This one, though, don't seem to be working. Probably something to do with that big sphere topside. Ah, okay. That's in the tutorial, right? Remember I mentioned the sphere? Okay. Anyways, guessing that's why you're here too. Interference is gone. So technically, we can repair this thing. Thing is, we used most of our power trying to get it running before, and the only battery we got left up here, up there even, in our scanner probe. Couldn't you hunt it down and get it back for us? Look, part of our mission is to make friends, because we're going to need allies in order to equip our ship, because also, there is combat in the game, but we don't have a combat ship. Right? We're an explorer, so we've got to upgrade our ship to make it combat ready eventually. Okay. Perfect! Might be a bit of a case. Chase even. It'll try to avoid you for all it's worth. Still, you call it with this code and it should go boom. Don't worry, we built our batteries tough. Just scoop it up and bring it back here. I reckon you'll not have too much trouble with that. Cool, okay. So we've got a mission. So, as I understand it, we have to go back up to our ship and we have to find the probe that called us back down here in the first place. We have to destroy it, then we have to grab its battery, then come back down to the planet and help them out. Is that right? I think that's what we're actually doing here. Interesting. You know, one of the best things about this game, keep in mind. I don't want to shill it too hard, because it's not like I played 20 hours of it or something. It's just I've just played a couple hours to get familiar with it, you know. Okay, so I think that's a probe over. The green thing is the probe, so let's head back towards where we came from, and let's hope we can intercept it. But yeah, so I don't want to shill too hard about it. Just know that it's a game that's it's right up my alley. It's like it's made for me, and so I'm inherently going to geek out about it. But what seems really cool is it's not like repetitive. You know, you're on this adventure and you could be doing a number of different things. It just seems really varied in the tasks it gets you to do, and that's fantastic. You know, because procedurally generated, you never know. You never know what your next adventure is going to be like, what the next system is going to hold, and it's pretty cool like that. Okay. You know, as opposed to like your sort of like lunch break roguelike, that's all, you know, the gameplay is it's like the same in every run. You know, there are different things change, make no mistake, but you sort of know what you're getting into. Alright, so we might actually have to boost to catch up with this guy. Burn some fuel. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. Hang on, which way do we... This way is how we're going to take it. Let's slow down. Oh god, okay. Okay. Oh, we're using so much fuel. Oh, we're going to have to slingshot around and come back at him. Okay, here we go. He's at the asteroid field. Ah, we just got him. Okay. We just got him. We're good. We're good to go. Here he is, the little savage. So how's this going to work? Do we blow him up? Do we hail him? There we go. That's the one. We just hail him and he explodes because we were given the remote control or whatever it was. So let's grab that. Beautiful. So we're going to jump out of this encounter. I'm doing that by holding both left and right click. And we get a nice little animation of us zooming out, which is pretty nice. So this is going to take us to the, the sort of overworld solar system map here. Should do. Oh no, he's taking us to the asteroid belt apparently, because we were so close to it. Okay, that's alright. So we'll do some mining while we're here. Actually, there's something really satisfying about this asteroid belt stuff. I mean, I'm terrible at it, of course, because it's more just because I'm impatient. But, you know, as long as you take it slow and steady wins the race. As they say, as long as you take it slow, you shouldn't whack into any asteroids. And I'm just going to power our weapons here, which is also going to bring up our shields. And it is a prototype shield. You know, this thing, like I said, it's not made for combat. Yeah, so essentially we've got to go towards the white arrows, which indicate mineable roids. And you'll see them, you know, really clearly once they're there. All right. Slow down. Here we go. Just navigate a little bit. Now, I'm not 100% sure if, and if so, how much damage is mitigated if you got the shield in an asteroid belt. Oh god, okay. This is actually, in some ways, this is harder to deal with than the lander, because it's harder to, like, straight reverse with it. Okay. And the asteroids, they just keep moving, don't they? There's a Bob Dylan song in that. So I'm just hitting space to try and... Oh, let's get out of here. Okay. Oh god. Stop. To try and blow up the roid there. And you can... that's a hit. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. Yeah, so there's... I'm wary of this. But, alright, we should be fine. We got 2 iron. So, as far as I understand, iron isn't, like, super valuable. But, oh, that was a near miss. But it's helpful for repairing, you know. And we're going to need that, considering how much I like to scrape along things. There we go. And what are we going to get from here? Maybe some silicates, maybe some more iron. We'll see how we go. Whatever it is, we found copper. Okay, look, I'm not crazy about the concept of copper. Oh, that was close. But we made it out. Okay. Now the trick is to find essentially a runway, right? So we're going to deactivate our weapons and hope that nothing is in front of us. Lucky. Otherwise we would have had to navigate like totally all the way outside the asteroid field in order to get out. Oh, alright, not too close to the sun. Not too close to the sun, because we will get radiation burns. So this is also a thing. Radiation burns from getting too close to the sun. There are also systems where, I presume it's the sun, is so powerful that just being in the system gives you radiation burns. And we're talking damage to the ship, I think, and certainly damage to your crew, which is incredible. It's you know, the game is kind of hardcore without feeling hardcore, because it can be so relaxing at times. You know, its pace is relaxing, but its consequences are not. Alright. Come on, slow down. We also don't want to get too far out of the system, because then we're in danger of being hit by meteors, I think. Oh god, too tight. There we go. Beautiful. So we should be able to land again. I'm never ever gonna get tired of that. It's just yes. What a game. Alright, let's do this. So gotta try and keep it high and slow down. Music's really good too. Slow down. Come on. Oh god. Look, it's fine. Straighten up and slow. There we go. What a landing though. Does that count? Yeah, it counts. That's our battery. Hand it over and we'll start making tracks. So this is a thing. This is like there's totally like dialogue options in this. We can say, hey, nobody, we're gonna keep the energy core to ourselves. Oh, we could be a bad guy, maybe we can become a pirate. We'll see. That's a thing as well. You can actually attack people without them engaging in combat. Like they come to you and hail you, or a trader or something, and then it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna fire on you. You can totally do that. You can do it. So let's be nice for now. We're trying to make friends, right? Many thanks, friend. Don't worry. We'll not leave you thirsty for any fuel you used. Okay. Much obliged to you. Here's some credits for your trouble. Drop in on our planet sometime. Our fellas will be thrilled. Always a warm welcome for strangers among us, Reeve. So we got some credits for our trouble as well, which is fantastic. So then we can also talk to them. And there's like quite a lot of shit here. So we can ask them about self, gossip, work, home. Talk to them about humans, Reeve. Show them the keystone, which is probably something we should do, because I haven't met the Reeve before. I don't know if they have some insight on the keystone. We can praise ourselves or them. We can insult ourselves or them. We can... Oh, wow. They got a lot of services. The shipyard? Conductive plating. Shields the lander from lightning damage. That seems helpful. Helps protect lander during earthquakes. Also helpful. Pilot ejector, we've already got that. That's if you destroy the lander on the planet, then the pilot ejects. He doesn't die. I don't know if you can lose crew members permanently. I don't know. But it'd be kind of cool if you could. Personal shield, temporary protection against threats like heat, cold, and radiation. Okay, wormhole device. Experimental transporter. Oh, listen. Okay. I feel like we've already got a salvage device. Repairs, lander hull, lander probe, restock on lander fuel. You know, we're probably okay for all that. So this is something you want to be careful of here in the merchant area, because they'll propose things. And my very first run, I actually accidentally traded away all of my special starting items, all of them, for, you know, whatever was initially proposed there. It was a really bad deal. Alright, so look, we're going to show them the keystone, see what they say. Well, ain't that pretty? From one of the gates, right? We see them closer than most folks. Okay. One of those can power one indefinitely. Could be useful if you ever find one shut down for some reason. Oh! There you go! Because these guys look for the gate. So, what is this, like some sort of, like, standard, ancient civilization lays down gates sort of thing? Like, is this Stargate now? It's Farscape and then it's turned to Stargate? I love it. I fucking love it so much. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I'm really glad that we showed them the keystone, because we wouldn't have known that otherwise. So now we know if we ever find a gate, the keystone's going to come in handy. But I'm going to leave for now, and we may as well go to the next system. So... yeah, look, let's just head up and we'll go to the next system. I think we're alright. We want to start making tracks towards home. And I get a chance to show you just how far away from home we are and what it's going to take to get there is pretty dank. Let me tell you right now, make no mistake. Oh, yes. Our little ship, our dank little ship. Okay, let's leave orbit here. And we'll head a little bit to... Come on. Okay. It was not the best maneuver, but we did it. A little bit towards the system, because we don't want to like go too far out. Like I said, you can get damaged. So we're gonna do a jump. Oh, look at those effects though. That's pretty nice. Boom. Yes. So this is going to eventually take us to a big old galaxy map, right? All right. Can we right click does it? Okay, so we now have knowledge, presumably, of the home worlds of the Reeve. Is that right? I think. Presumably, because highlighted. If that's a symbol for the Reeve, yeah. So if we head towards there, we know we've got friends. That's useful to know. So this is, if this is a nebula or a galaxy, Pleiades, Cat's Eye Nebula, Orion Molecular, distance to Earth. And what, we don't know what these are? We don't know? Listen, that's Earth. That's where we need to go. And we need to get there. Now, presumably, we can upgrade our jump drives and hopefully, like, towards the end, it probably gets more dangerous, but it might get quicker. But that's the thing. So, hang on. Do we actually need a gate to get to the next galaxy? If that's true, I'm really glad that we have befriended the Reeve. So we can only go to, well, we can go to Kruger 60, but we're going to go to Enris first, and we're going to make our way to Beta Librae. Let's do it. Yes. Listen. I'm really excited. Oh, it's weird. Yeah, it's giving me this. Oh, shit. Hang on. Not too close to the sun. Not too close. Captain Winners, can you come with me? I would appreciate your expertise down in the airlock. Oh, really? Oh. The scandal. It looks like at your orders, man. Wow. Wow. Okay. Can we just like stop the ship, please? Just for a moment. Just stop the ship. So what's this? Kirsten and Malcolm maybe having a little bit of a fling there? Down in the airlock somewhere? Alright, okay, I see how it is. Keystone, salvage kit. Yeah, I don't know. Presumably you have to come across a wreck before we can use the salvage kit. But for the moment, I think I'm going to leave that there for episode 1. I'm going to try and stop. I'm not sure if we can stop entirely, but well, we can try. We can go really slowly at least. We can go really slowly, maybe. Okay. Listen, I just don't want to smack into the sun, is my point here. Oh, we're being dragged towards its gravity well. What a thing. What a thing. Anyway, guys, thank you for, look, it's fine. Thank you very much for watching. Taste the game, be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time. Roleplay Gamer, out.